Frederick and Clark area. It's fun to be with all of you tonight because lots of good networking is happening, and I just love it. Thank you, Phil, for that kind introduction. I appreciate it. I forgot to tell you, though, Tim and I share a lot in common. We both love the great outdoors, and I competed in my first ever half marathon Sunday. Maybe we'll do a race together next year, Tim. Foot race, somehow. 2K. 2K. All right, we're making a try. Biking and water in between, I don't know. But Virginia is great. Virginia is for lovers, and as First Lady, that was probably my pride and joy, was to be able to go around and celebrate all the wonderful things we had in Virginia. Not only here across the Commonwealth, but in fact across the world, to make sure that people knew this was a great place to come, to raise your families, and to do business. While in the governor's mansion, many of you know, George said that his #1 claim on his time would be economic development. And that certainly was the case. He brought more jobs to Virginia than any other governor in history, brought all those wonderful distribution centers on 81, made sure our port was successful so that we had goods coming and going from our great Commonwealth, and made sure that our young people could stay here for jobs. And frankly, I think that's why George has decided to run for the U.S. Senate next year. We have 3 children. Many of you remember our older 2. When George was in Congress, we would bring them here to Winchester for Apple Blossom or the festivals or the fairs. They're now 23 and 20. Our youngest is in 8th grade. We look at our children and we wonder what kind of a future there is for them here in America. And I think George decided it was time to get off the sidelines and get back in and try to do what he did for Virginia before and take it to the Senate. To make sure that our taxes were kept low, to make sure that we remained a competitive country, to make sure that our people could succeed and have fulfilling lives. I look at Brooke, and a 13-year-old, and wonder if she will ever have a job after getting out of college where she can even own her own home. I'm not sure that our young people are seeing the America that we saw growing up, and that troubles us. So what can we do? Well, you come here to Winchester, and you know it's apple capital of Virginia. We celebrate the good, wonderful agriculture businesses that are here. We also look at the good people here in this area, and I think so fondly of my memories of being with Kit Robinson and the entire Robinson family, legacies here, but symbolic of the hard-working people of this northern part of the Shenandoah Valley. And I think about the old light bulb. And I'm not really telling a joke here, but we could talk about the old light bulb and how many Virginians it took to make an old light bulb. Sadly, I think it's a very, very striking example of what has happened in our country. We had a wonderful light bulb plant here in this area. What happened? Government regulation came in and told us what kind of light bulbs we had to use in our own homes. Are you kidding me? We live in America where we used to be able to make our own choices. And in fact, a great country where we can employ our own people and make our own products. What has happened? What has happened? Well, I think that we've all decided it's time to get more involved than ever. Not just with our businesses, but with our families and our friends and our communities, making sure that our businesses can continue to thrive. We've got to be involved politically. And this year is a pivotal year in Virginia. We've got a governor and a legislature working on great things, making sure that, as George said, Virginia is open for business again. We've got to compete with a lot of other states. So we've got to take the lead that is happening now in the legislature. We've got to continue to send good people there who represent our values and our ideas. And we've got to make sure that Virginia is set on the course to be prepared to work very hard next year. We have a presidential race going on next year. And I look at Brooke again, and I say, Brooke, what do you think? What does your future hold? Can our country take 4 more years? 4 more years of regulating what's going on in our homes with our light bulbs, and 4 more years of taking out our businesses because regulations are too tough, or the banking industry has changed so much we can't get loans to continue to grow our businesses? Something has got to change. Something's got to change. So I know the good people here of the northern Shenandoah Valley are going to do what you've always done. You're going to buckle down and you're going to spend your time making your communities the best it's ever been, and you're going to continue to hobnob, not just here tonight, but at events throughout the year. You're going to continue to send good people with good common sense to Richmond. And next year, when you have a chance to vote, when you U.S. Senate, I hope that you'll also consider letting George Allen work really hard for you one more time. I'll ask for your vote along the way between now and then. But in the meantime, keep doing the great work you're doing. Shine on. Virginia is a great place to live, learn, work, and raise our family. Thanks for all you do here.